Hey, how's it going everyone? Tricky Acid here, and today we're looking at the 8 best games that so far have been confirmed for 2021. One thing I will say though is take every release with a pinch of salt right now, because there can be delays, but I still have faith that all these games will hopefully release this year. Now before we get started, as always, be sure to subscribe if you're new, and let's jump in to the list of upcoming games of 2021 that you need to play. Starting with Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Aloy's story from Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a game that really showed off what the previous generation could pull off with the PS4, and in Forbidden West it will continue Aloy's story, where she'll still be battling through machines but also new unknown threats. And that's got me really excited because there is a sense of mystery to see where this new adventure will lead to. Guerrilla Games have mentioned how the open world will be larger and more detailed than ever before thanks to the PS5, and with the new hardware I'm sure we're bound to see vast improvements from all areas, and I'm sure this game will blow us all away just like its predecessor did. Additionally, there has been talks regarding co-op, but I believe it will be part of a separate game mode with co-op oriented missions instead of interfering with the campaign mode.
Whatever comes. I will be ready.
With the huge success behind Monster Hunter World, the franchise gained a whole new player base, including myself, but now the series returns exclusively on the Nintendo Switch with Monster Hunter Rise, an open world RPG where the aim of the game is to hunt monsters and build bigger and better gear besides adventuring in the wild. I don't think the open world is as vast as we got in Monster Hunter World, but to cater for that, Rise focuses more on elevation for level design by using a new wire game mechanic that lets you swing to greater heights or even mount monsters and use them as tools to fight against other obstacles. And I thought this was a really great new addition to the gameplay, and I'm looking forward to the game very much so. You can even play the free demo via the Nintendo Switch store right now as well, so you can give it a try.
Embarrassing. I hardly even felt that.
I've been a huge fan of the God of War franchise since it debuted on PS2. However, by the time it arrived on PS3, I felt the series lacked the magic it once had. Fast forward to PS4, Santa Monica Studios decided to start from the very beginning, and they did a soft reboot to the series, and it turned God of War into one of the greatest games of the previous generation, and is also one of my favorite titles of all time. Currently, there is no gameplay for Ragnarok, hence why I'm using gameplay from God of War on the PS4, but I'm sure thanks to the PS5, Ragnarok is going to utilize the new hardware and exceed our expectations, just like God of War did back on the PS4. I absolutely loved God of War. Kratos was such a powerful character, and I loved the story, the character development, the gripping gameplay. It ticked every box. And I'm just hoping Mimir makes a return in the next game as well, because he was the best gaming companion I've had in recent memory.
What do we do?
Yes!
First, you need to cut off my head.
Wait, what?
Sticking with Norse mythology, Hellblade 2 was first announced at the Video Game Awards back in 2019, you know, when the world wasn't coming to an end, and we'll be seeing our girl Senua embarking on another dark adventure. What made the original Hellblade so distinctive was how it worked on the character's mental illness, and how the game puts you in her shoes of how troubled her mind was. You'll need to play the game whilst wearing a gaming headset, and Ninja Theory took game audio immersion to a whole new level. And I'm certain they'll be following this up with Hellblade 2 as well. And also, This whole trailer was running in real time. This is the in-game engine, this isn't a CGI trailer, so they're clearly showing off what's under the hood of the Series X. The medium takes inspiration from past horror classics such as Silent Hill and Resident Evil. With fixed camera angles accompanied by the eerie, unsettling atmosphere, you play as Marianne, a protagonist that can shift between two parallel worlds, the real world and the spirit world. And the game does this simultaneously, and this is a really exciting and interesting concept. The last game that accomplished this was Titanfall 2, but that was done on a single level. This is a full game using this mechanic, and the Polish developers felt their game would only be best played on a next-gen system or PC, as it would struggle to run on older hardware, unlike another Polish developer that we're all aware of. Anyway, I really like the concept, and I'm very intrigued to try out this game.
You startled me.
I did, didn't I?
Keeping within the theme of parallel universes, we've got Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. And just like the medium on the Series X, Ratchet and Clank's next adventure takes advantage of the PS5's SSD, and how you can transition between one world to the next, all in real time, providing this load-free and very fluid gameplay experience. I think it's really cool, and it's pretty crazy how Clank also ends up in an alternate universe where Ratchet is instead a female character, so maybe this will lead us switching out between the two protagonists as we play the game.
We are too late. Ratchet?
Who?
Resident Evil Village, or RE8, whatever you'd like to call it, will be the next game in the horror franchise from Capcom. RE8 is a direct sequel from Resident Evil 7 and will involve you continuing your journey as Ethan, who was the protagonist from the previous game. The whole FPS camera adds an added level of immersion, and it did a fantastic job back in RE7, so I'm happy that it's back, but this time you're in an unknown village somewhere in Europe, and if it's anything like what Resident Evil 4 pulled off, this could possibly turn into the best survival horror game of the year.
Chris? Sorry, Ethan. Why?
And finally, we have Halo Infinite, Microsoft's biggest exclusive franchise, which didn't get a lot of love earlier in 2020 when it was first revealed, as it did a terrible job at showing off what the Series X could do. It looked very current gen, and nothing about it looked exciting. But that got the game delayed till sometime in 2021, as the team at Microsoft wanted to work hard on amending these mistakes, and I respect that, because it shows the team listened to the feedback. This will be the first true open world Halo game with a day and night cycle, so it's also the most ambitious Halo to date. The last great Halo game was Reach in my opinion, so I hope 343 can bring back the magic that Halo once delivered back on the Xbox 360. I would love to get back into Halo, so I really hope this turns out to be an incredible game. Halo has always had a fantastic co-op. The multiplayer is also said to be free, so I suppose it'll be a standalone version of the game, sort of like Warzone. But that sums up my video of upcoming games of 2021 that I am most excited for thus far. I'm sure there will be plenty more announcements later in the year, and as I said before, due to the current world climate, delays can happen, so please take these launch dates like a pinch of salt for now. But let's hope they do all launch this year. It would be pretty cool to play all these titles. If you did enjoy the video, please give a like as it really helps me out. And let me know what games you are most looking forward to this year. And with that said, I will catch you all next time.